Today I'm reviewing the Samsung HW-Q800F Series 5.1.2 channel soundbar with subwoofer and a 4-year amber protection plan, 2026. If you want to check current pricing or availability, it's linked below. I've had this system set up with my TV for movies, streaming, gaming, and music over several weeks. I'm speaking from daily use rather than just reading specs. Let's set expectations early. This isn't a full multi-speaker custom surround system requiring separate amps or ceiling speakers. It's a packaged soundbar plus subwoofer designed to give you a stronger, more immersive experience than most built-in TV audio without complicated setup. In real use, the Q800F delivers noticeably clearer dialogue and a wider soundstage compared with typical flat panel speakers. The 5.1.2 configuration means you get left, center, right, surround-like channels, and 2 upward-firing drivers that work with Dolby Atmos content to give a hint of vertical space. It doesn't sound exactly like discrete ceiling speakers, but you do feel overhead cues more distinctly than in many other bars. Movies benefit the most. Action scenes have more presence and directionality. You actually hear sounds move across the room rather than feeling like they're stuck at the front. For streaming shows, voices come through cleaner and more focused, which makes dialogue easier to follow without constantly adjusting volume. Music playback also feels more engaging than simple stereo bars. Tracks with layered instruments and vocals have a broader sense of space, and even without Atmos mixing, it feels richer than basic audio out of most TVs. The wireless subwoofer adds real low-end weight. It's not earth-shaking like large studio subs, but it gives decent grounding to explosions, deeper musical bass, and soundtracks with weight. In my living room, the sub blended smoothly without sounding muddy or disconnected from the rest of the bar. Thermal and noise behavior isn't usually something buyers talk about with soundbars, but it's worth noting here. The bar and sub stay clean and controlled across moderate to higher listening levels. There's no obvious distortion or harshness as volume increases, though at very high levels during dense soundtracks you can notice some loss of mid-range detail, a practical limitation rather than a flaw. Connectivity is practical. HDMI ARC makes linking to a modern TV straightforward and lets the system handle formats like Dolby Atmos without extra adapters. Bluetooth streaming from phones or tablets works reliably, though wireless music doesn't quite have the breadth you get from wired high-resolution sources. Physical footprint and placement are manageable. The bar sits neatly beneath the TV, and the sub can tuck beside furniture without dominating space. Setting up the wireless connection between the bar and sub took a minute, and once paired, it stayed stable. There are a few trade-offs to keep in mind. The height effect from Atmos via upward-firing drivers is noticeable but subtle. It won't match a full 7.1.4 setup with dedicated ceiling speakers. And while it delivers broader sound than TV audio, it isn't a true audiophile reference for critical music listening. That's not its role. It's a living room upgrade, not a studio rig. Now let's position this system realistically. If you're moving up from TV speakers or simple stereo bars, the HW-Q800F gives you a clear step forward, broader soundstage, better dialogue clarity, and a sense of vertical space and supported content. Against full surround speaker systems with separate amplifiers and discrete channels, those still win in pure spatial resolution and separation, at a higher complexity and cost. Where this system makes the most sense is for people who want a tangible home theater upgrade without complex wiring, appreciate Dolby Atmos cues without adding ceiling speakers, watch a mix of movies, shows, and games, value cleaner dialogue and fuller bass from a subwoofer, prefer a straightforward install and everyday use in everyday living room reality, that translates to a system that feels noticeably more immersive than basic soundbars, without needing an equipment rack or a professional calibration. So here's the rational evaluation. The Samsung HW-Q800F delivers balanced, room-filling sound that elevates TV audio and delivers useful Atmos-style immersion in a living room setup. It's not a pro surround rig, and it doesn't pretend to be. In its category, it feels like a thoughtful step up from built-in TV audio and many mid-tier soundbars. Check current pricing below and evaluate it against your needs.